Hello everyone, and welcome to my Why and Our American TV Show official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Society, Chance thinks that was a challenging service. Summer doesn't think she's ever seen her brother so upset. She's pleased Lucy didn't see it. She recaps that Daniel is the top suspect in the murder. Even after seeing how distraught he was, you still think you arrested the right person. Chance was only doing his job. There was no way around it. Some people are having a very hard time accepting that. Will this be a problem for them moving forward, or is it something she believes they can get past? Summer remains silent. Chance asks if it means they can't get past this. Summer thinks they can, but she hates that he was the one to arrest her brother. Chance claims it's his job. She believes he's supposed to apprehend evil men, not arrest innocent people. Chance underlines that it was one of the hardest things he's had to do. Summer can't see why he couldn't delay till another suspect came to light. Chance says there was no other suspect, and the evidence pointed to Daniel. Summer says it was planted. I mean, shouldn't you guys care if evidence planted or not? Chance has nothing to show that. Summer doesn't know how she expects her to feel. Her sibling is going through hell, and her boyfriend placed him there. Chance said the evidence was damning. One of the reasons he took this case in the first place was because of her. Chance assures her that he returned to the force to achieve justice for Heather with her encouragement. Summer thinks the situation at Abbott Chancellor had something to do with it. Chance responds, "Summer, you wanted me on this case." She assumed he would find answers, not arrest her brother. Chance feels it could have been worse for Daniel with another detective. He hates what her brother is going through, but he couldn't escape it. He was obeying directions and the law. He truly hopes she can take it into account as she attempts to figure out if their relationship will survive this or not. Diane paces her suite waiting for Victor's call. "Don't leave me hanging." A knock arrives at the door. It's Nikki, warning Diane to back off. She understands what she's attempting to do, and is damned if she'll let her get away with it. Diane isn't interested in listening to her. Nikki tells her she's brought on all her issues herself. She's grateful Jack finally woke up. Diane orders her out. Nikki won't leave until she makes it obvious that if she believes she can manipulate Victor's unfavorable feelings toward Jack, she is gravely mistaken. Diane responds, "Is that so?" Nikki won't allow it. The fight between Victor and Jack needs to cease. Diane laughs. It will never end until there's an absolute loser and winner. She tells Nikki she can't root for both of them forever. It's time to choose a side. Nikki has no intention of selecting sides. Jack and Victor have found common ground before, and they will again. Diane is questionable. Nikki sneers that she doesn't know that man she married at all. Diane alleges he turned on her with a savagery she didn't know he possessed. She'll gleefully watch Victor pound him into dust. Nikki won't stand by and let her hurt Jack or anyone in his family. Diane says she's the one with no house, no job, and no family. Nikki sneers, "Oh, please." She swears to defend Jack no matter what and urges her to quit trying to sell Victor on this idea of hers. No matter how much progress she believes she's made, she's no match for her. In the club dining room, Kyle tells Victor he came as soon as he got his call. He gets wonderful news about the sunscreen line at Glissade and wants to pull together a launch celebration. Victor merely nods. Kyle guesses he called him there about the status of his parents' marriage again. He has nothing fresh to share. Victor stuns him by telling him to quit focused on Glissade. In fact, don't involve yourself in any activities at Glissade for the time being. All right. Angry, Kyle complains that Glissade is truly on the edge of making a significant imprint on the international cosmetics scene, and he wants to put it on hold. Victor says it can't be helped, and that he doesn't owe him an explanation. Kyle complains what this will do to the bottom line. He asks whether he done something to make him pull the rug out from under him. Victor pushes him to go to his mother. She's out for blood. Your mother wants to destroy your father and undermine you. She wants you to fail at Glissade. That's a new low even for her. He has no plans to fail. Victor alleges she threatened to sue for him obtaining the formula from Abbott. Kyle will deal with it. He's startled she's going for him. The last time they spoke she appeared almost apologetic. It doesn't make sense. After getting sacked from Abbott, why wouldn't she be delighted to see Abbott go down? Victor says she feels betrayed. Kyle thinks if anyone's been betrayed, it's him and his father. Victor muses, you and your father. Suddenly, Nikki and Diane appear, arguing. Kyle stands and asks his mother, what the hell are you up to now? Diane asks Victor what the hell he said to her son. Victor tells Nikki they have to depart and assures Kyle he'll get back to him with next steps. Nikki seethes at Diane, I meant what I said. After they walk off, Kyle confronts his mother, are you trying to sabotage me at Glissade? Diane thinks she's the one who's been sabotaged. Kyle angrily informs her she doesn't get to play victim. He is the son she abandoned. What did you say to Victor? Diane instructs him to leave her alone. Kyle asks, you're not actually going to try and sue Glissade, are you? Diane tells Kyle she doesn't owe him any explanations. He informs her she owes him considerably more than she could ever repay. He accuses her of seeking to spoil his achievement at Glissade. Diane asks, is that what you think? He asks, do you deny it? They go over her convincing his father he needed to go from Abbott. She says he was undermining her. Kyle accuses her of seeking to take his current success away from him. I want answers. Diane recalls him she assured him her love for him never faded, but all he sees is lying and treachery. Kyle claims that's all there is underlying everything, colluding with Victor against her own son. Diane frowns, Victor told you that. Kyle says he doesn't trust her any more than he does. Everyone knows what she is and going to Victor wanting revenge proves it. At Society, Summer tells Chance she doesn't want to lose what they had over Daniel's arrest or trial. Chance is glad to hear her say that. Summer is just worried about her brother. How's he going to beat these allegations, and what's going to happen to him and Lucy if he doesn't? Chance has been torturing his head in case he overlooked something that could exonerate him. Summer needs his honest opinion regarding something. Do you think that there could be anything to my mom's belief that Sharon had something to do with Heather's murder? Chance thinks it's a tough theory to accept. Summer believed the same thing, but the way she responded during Heather's burial made it seem she was about to crack. Chance shrugs that it was an emotional day for everyone. Summer claims the more she watched Sharon, she noticed true terror in her eyes. I think my mom could be onto something. At Newman, Victor asks Nikki what she said to Diane that got her upset. She told her she wouldn't stand by as she went after Jack with her petty vindictiveness. Victor thinks Jack's a fool and wants to abandon the subject. They debate and Victor thinks he's giving Diane enough rope to hang herself. Nikki sniffs, but you don't mind using her to hurt Jack. She wants his assurance that he will leave Jack alone. Can you please promise me to end this war? Victor tells Nikki if she does what she asks, will she keep away from Diane Jenkins? Nikki sniffs, happily. Victor believes she'll self-destruct on her own. Nikki complains she never goes quietly and generally hurts someone else. Victor vows she won't injure anyone in their family. Moving on, he has something to show her. He hopes she appreciates it. First, Victor has to make a call and make sure everything is ready. Nikki coos that he's still a guy of mystery after all these years. Nikki asks if he can offer her a hint about the surprise. Victor believes it will all be obvious very shortly. He gets a text and says, now we go to the ranch. Nikki frowns. That's where the surprise is. They're getting their coats together to go when Diane walks in. She demands to talk to Victor alone. He asks how she got past security. Victor says his wife will stay. Diane questions why he betrayed her to Kyle like way. We had a deal. He claims they had a proposition. That's it. She was ready to stab him in the back for her own profit. Diane believes he's left her no choice except to sue Glissade. Victor warns her. Diane says she won't have to do it if he gets her what she wants. Fire Kyle and turn Glissade over to me. Victor orders her out. Diane will give him time to think about it. But don't take too long. My patience is growing thin. Victor shouts. Out? Nikki says, so you are Glissade's secret investor. She thinks Diane is out of her mind. Victor's giving her enough rope to discuss it anymore. Let's go, shall we? Kyle comes at home to discover Harrison and Claire playing cards. The youngster hugs his dad and Kyle says it's just what he needed. Harrison encourages him to play a game of cards with them, but he's wiped. Harrison gives him another embrace. Claire sends the kid to the kitchen and Kyle praises her. She senses there's a lot going on. Kyle would rather not talk about it. He'd rather have dinner with her. At society, Chance can't take Phyllis' theory seriously since she's so determined to exonerate Daniel. Summer suggests that his judgment may perhaps be a little bit distorted since he had a relationship with Sharon. Chance says that's how she knows what kind of person she is. He can't envision her committing cold-blooded murder. Summer squints. You sound really sure. Chance is sure. If hard evidence came up suggesting it was anyone other than Daniel, he'd turn it in. But Phyllis has nothing other than the frantic need to keep Daniel out of prison. Just then, Kyle walks in with Claire. He apologizes to Summer for not making Heather's ceremony. Summer says it was awful. She wonders where Harrison is, and Claire explains he's with Mrs. Martinez. Summer didn't think that was one of her obligations. It's really nice of her to keep him company. Give you a break. Kyle says they should head to their table and guides Claire away. Summer drinks her drink. Chance says, looks like that's turning into a thing. Summer muses, guess so. She watches Kyle and Claire as Chance asks, you got a problem with that? Summer thinks whatever is going on between Kyle and Claire is none of her concern. Chance points out she didn't answer his question. Summer doesn't really care what people do in their spare time. At their meal, Claire informs Kyle that Summer definitely wasn't delighted that they left Harrison home to go out. Kyle thinks she'll have to get over it, especially if she comes with him to Abby's wedding. Claire would love that. Kyle grins. That's great. He asks her to tell him about his card shark kid. Claire realizes he's working hard to ignore what's bothering him. What happened today? Kyle claims an issue with his investor. Claire says, you mean my grandfather. Kyle guesses Audra's pouring to anyone who will listen. Claire can see how difficult the commercial connection was, including two rival families. She asks why Victor wants to acquire Glissade and have him run it. Kyle believed he did, but now he's not so sure. Victor appears hellbent on putting him through loyalty tests. Claire asks what happens if he fails. Kyle's not sure he wants to find out. Diane enters her suite furiously and pours a drink. Sipping it, she walks over to the desk and picks up her phone and rings. She says, hey, it's me. No, things are not good. We've got a problem. Things are not turning out the way we planned. At the ranch, Victor pulls a blindfolded Nikki through a door and closes it behind them. He instructs her, stay right here, and then removes her blindfold. Nikki is shell-shocked and speechless. Emotional, she cries, oh my God, how can this be? Victor brings her inside the repaired living room of the old ranch that burned down. Welcome home, my love. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comment below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I will see you guys next time.